Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about safety a priority? Nope. So recently I got an email from one of my subscribers, Adam Grounder. Thank you so much for emailing me about this and making this video possible. And he is pointing out one of the constant oxymorons of the gig economy, where they say the companies care about our safety, but in reality, no, they don't. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this email, how it actually is for gig workers, customers, the platforms themselves, the merchants, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Today is May 30th. On April 6th, I went to McDonald's to pick up an order. When I got there, the employee was yelling, F them, goddamn this, GD that, F that, MF. Wow, that guy seems like a great person to have at parties. Jesus. This all took place in front of customers with children nearby hearing this. The manager always hands off the Doordash orders. I asked the guy to quit cursing in front of all these customers. I'm not saying you're wrong to point out that there are kids here and maybe this isn't the way to handle it, but managers specifically those who are berating their people and berating gig workers, if you expect the wrong people to do the right thing simply because you pointed it out, that's not going to help anybody. And not to mention, a lot of the times it's not even well received. I remember having it out with a Benihana manager, right? And she said she was intentionally delaying the preparation of the order by 30 minutes. And I was livid at that. I was livid at the idea that she was intentionally delaying DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub orders by 30 minutes with minimal staff in place simply because of her discrimination of gig workers. It wasn't because there was other customers there. There was literally 2 other customers in that entire building. But because it's a gig worker, she was going to intentionally delay the orders by 30 minutes. Sometimes you have to clap back at some of these merchants because they know that they're in the wrong, but they're continuing to do it anyway, and there's too many people that condone this kind of poor behavior. I remember getting on the phone with Grubhub while this was happening, and they had the order canceled outright because of the disrespectful behavior. And it's amazing how they started doing their job effectively for every other gig worker after that, except for me, where I still had to have it out with them on a regular basis until they changed management. And once they changed management, everything worked smoothly because bad managers don't do their jobs right. The manager said nothing, like it didn't happen. Then the employee threatens to kick my ass and go to his car, get his pew-pew, and come back and pew me. The manager said nothing. I would call the police right there. You're getting your life threatened by the employer of this establishment for doing your job and saying, hey, this behavior is not okay. What the hell? Like, I can't imagine a real reason under a normal day-to-day basis where a death threat is okay. Either way, I think it is irresponsible to work with people like that at all, whether you're a customer or a gig worker. I told the manager she should be ashamed for not firing him on the spot. Grabbed my order and left. Called the police, found out he have a felony and an unlicensed gun and went to jail and bailed out. And still that car is there every day. Was not fired. Reported to McDonald's corporate. Not fired. Reported the safety issue to DoorDash. Okay, so hear me out on this. McDonald's is a franchise, so I sincerely doubt that they would ever respond to like a corporate thing. But holy crap, way to just show how crappy a manager is when they see that kind of behavior and say, yeah, that's a good employee right there. And I don't even think that's what he was saying. I think he is such a crappy manager. That's the only kind of help he can get at this point, is other people exactly like him. And of course, DoorDash is probably only going to make sure that you never get orders from that restaurant again. But seriously, that McDonald's should be shut down right off the bat. As of May 30th, I have talked to 17 customer support people that I am still getting orders and supervisors lied about blocking that restaurant from my deliver to list. You expect customer support to do their job? They're failures in every way. DoorDash support doesn't support people. Like, I remember actually making a video talking about blocking customers on DoorDash. It's amazing how many times I hear after that where they say that's exactly what they're gonna do, but then they don't do that. I honestly think that support is only there to appease all the people that say, oh, gig workers don't have support. Yeah, they do, because there's a support team, but they don't do their freaking jobs, ever. All support people lied and told me I wouldn't see orders from the store anymore. My AR went from 74% to 55% because I declined every order from there and constantly called support to remove me where supervisors said I was blocked. As of this morning, May 30th, I go online and the very first order was from that restaurant. McDonald, 474 Springridge Rd, Clinton, Mississippi. So if you are in Clinton, Mississippi and you get a McDonald's order from that restaurant, just know that the people who work there are threatening lives, and DoorDash is perfectly okay with that because money is more important than our safety, clearly. DoorDash does not care about our safety. I make more money doing Walmart Spark, so I may just be done with DoorDash. When they say they want you safe, they could care less. DoorDash only says they care about our safety when in reality, everything that they do is literally an app or just total lies and manipulations for media purposes. Which is also exactly why I wouldn't even bother with like acceptance rate and all that. Like, you said you were at 74% to 55% and you were doing that to stay in the Dasher Rewards program. Why would you even bother if in reality that's what's happening? You make more money on Walmart Spark for a good reason, because an average order on DoorDash is a no-tip customer on Walmart Spark. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. DoorDash support doesn't support drivers. DoorDash doesn't support drivers. They only support themselves. Uber only supports themselves. These companies are out here to make money, not make sure we're safe. There's a reason why people refer to delivery work as one of the most dangerous jobs. Forget going to fight for our country and fighting in the many wars that are coming up. Forget police officer and going into the roughest, toughest neighborhoods in the drug dealer-iest drug deal areas and dealing with drug dealers there. Delivery drivers is among the worst. Because at the end of the day, we're expendable. We are so disposable in the eyes of the companies that we work with that they are willing to lie over and over, saying that the support teams will actually support you, but in reality, that's not what's happening at all. Honestly, I would have called the police, found the police report, sent it to DoorDash support, and then sent a lawyer after them as soon as I got another order from them, claiming that that's exactly what they're gonna do, because I am sick and tired of the lies. I'm sick and tired of the manipulations. If they say that they're gonna cooperate with law enforcement over and over when it's on the media, when these things happen and it's clear that the law enforcement is displaying that the merchant there is dangerously breaking the law, you're not gonna do anything about it because money is more important than we are, than safety. The only reason they care about safety is because of the lawsuits. Put them in a position to where they have to, and they will. And not to mention, there's always the overall prospect of you can't be super dependent on any one company to protect your safety because no one's going to look out for you better than you. You saw that McDonald's was literally threatening your life. What happened? The cops chose not to do anything, and they won't do anything unless they actually do something, because they don't do their jobs otherwise. I would also say at this point, like, you gotta be so well diversified. You gotta look out for your financial, physical, and just overall life safety without any sort of singular company protecting you. That's the cool thing about the gig economy. You can work for like 10 different companies, and you don't have to worry about when Doordash has a problem with doing their job because you'll go literally anywhere else. And with how a lot of companies are preferring to work with freelancers these days and preferring to work with gig workers these days for reasons that are more financial for them at the end of the day. But nevertheless, it shows how much more financial safety you have and physical safety you have, really, because if you're only dependent on DoorDash, you basically have to go to places like that dangerous McDonald's. You could do other work that isn't working with them. All in all, just do yourself a favor. Do what you can to protect yourself, because no one is going to look out for you other than you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.